know, it's a lovely day here in Wales. After all that awful rain and flood, and it feels like spring today. It's warm. Well, it's not warm, but the sun is just glorious. I've been deciding whether to clean down all the silt, and I think I'm going to do it because we're just treading this horrible slimy silty mud into the house, up the steps, on the decking, everywhere, and you can't. I've sort of tried to clear a part. Oh, I'll show you. I hosed this bit down just quickly the other night, but we've got all this here, and I just can't avoid walking through it because, oop, God, it's so slippy. I nearly fell over them. Because obviously I've got to sort wood and logs, and it's pretty grim. So I am gonna quickly hose it down. It may well flood again, but we'll just have to do it twice. I just can't bear it. It's awful. I'm not going to spend a long time doing it. It needs properly power washing and cleaning in the spring anyway, so I'll just take you around the back because it's settled in certain places, like here. It's like really thick and gungy. It's gone underneath there, and so it's like really like, you know what I mean? And the garden just looks lovely. Oh God, it's really grim. I mean, the rain washes a lot of it clean quite quickly, and the river's gone right back down. Remember on some of the pictures you couldn't even see that fence at all. It was probably about 10 inches, a foot over the top of the poles. So it's nice to get it back, but of course now it's covered in weed and rubbish, so we'll have to get down there when the water goes back a bit further and clean that off, and then just let the garden recover. I think that we've got to do some work in here anyway. We're gonna sort of terrace it so it's a bit more stable, because it's really hard to get down. I just stepped down there before and nearly went straight down into the water because I had a look. I came down here to take some pictures. Watch me fall again. Of those little footprints there. Can you see them? Little tiny footprints, which I initially thought were rats, but having studied them, I'm pretty sure it's a water vole, which is lovely. There are supposed to be water vole in here. I put some pictures on of the decking after the lower flood we had before Christmas, and the same thing happened then. There was silt on the jetty, and there were a ton of little footprints on there, and a half-eaten apple. It had obviously come up and nibbled away at a windfall. So quite pleased about that. We've got the kingfisher. I've yet to catch the kingfisher on photograph or video. I'm just not quick enough. But there's so many other things, so many other birds. It's just been glorious. Anyway, so I'm just going to put it on time lapse and you can watch me work. Well, that's the end of that. I've got a that's as much water pressure as I've got. It's been really low all day, and I've been waiting patiently for it to pick up, then I can do this hosing down, and it did. It picked up just nicely. That's when I just started doing it then, and it's just dropped again. It may well come back, but it'll be dark by the time it does, I think. That's the perils of living on a dairy farm, because that's where our water supply comes from. It comes from the farmer. If he's doing anything up there, in fact when he's milking, he milks twice a day, it drops a little bit then. But I mean, this is particularly bad, so I don't quite know why, what's happening to cause it, but we've just got to put up with it. In the house, that's why we have header tanks. Or we will have header tanks. We're actually out at the moment while we're doing the alterations, but we will have header tanks, so we'll always have enough pressure in the house. But the hose, I mean, it's just Do anything really. So I'll have to find something else to do, won't I? Never mind. The pressure's back again, so I'm just going to do a bit before it goes dark.